Alright everybody, I was just going to show how I made my feed calculator spreadsheet here that I posted out in Katernick's Corner. So I'm going to make a new sheet here. We're going to start with the same as the other. See, for a 50-pound bag of feed to last, go to a new cell, 14 days is, you're going to go to a new cell, blank pounds per day. So I'm leaving these cells blank because that's going to be where we're doing our computing. So equals your pounds divided by your days. I'll give you pounds per day. Do a little bit of cleanup here. Tighten down that 50 and that 14. Right, justify this cell. Do a little highlighting. Add some borders. Just kind of clean it up. So that 50 and that 14, those numbers are adjustable. And this, I'm gonna wrong one. I want to take out some decimals on this because I don't need that much information. So double click that, bring it down to size. Go to the next line. So add in how many birds you have. That rate divided by, you'll go to your new cell, say 23 birds is, let me move this. I'm going to line it up to where it's underneath that same cell as the days there. Sorry. So I'm going to move this as well. Alright. So we've got our input cell for how many birds we have. That 23, we'll be able to adjust that. So I'm going to leave one blank and then put pounds per bird per day. Top of there. Or, then I'm going to just widen that one out some. I'm going to leave J blank, and then I'm going to put pounds per bird per week. So for this one, I'm going to compute, and I'll just show you from the other sheet. That is equal to pounds per day divided by amount of birds. So you'll hit equals pounds per day from above divided by your amount of birds. And then again, just do some cleanup, highlighting some borders. And then if you go to this one, you see all I did is pounds per bird per day times 7. So I'll hit equals that value times 7. So that's how many pounds per week one bird is eating. And these values all change when you input that 14 days at the top. So, or however many pounds it is. When you change that duration, it changes these values. So then we're going to do the cost calculation for I'll do the same as above, 50-pound bag of feed to cost. Grab my water real quick. Leave a space to put in the price. Is leave open cell H for another computation. We'll come out with dollars per pound. Wrong one there. Okay, so the bag cost $16. Sorry. Okay. I'm going to make this equal that, so it'll stay equal to whatever the top cell is. I'm not going to have two different values on here on accident. So this is just dollars per pound. There's that. And you can do a little cleanup, do a little formatting. Right, justify that. Bring that in some. Then average rate above, one bird eats the price per day and price per week. Okay, so we're just using the pounds per day and then the price per pound that we just calculated. So with the average rate above, one bird eats, and of course this is just an average, one bird on average eats, equals price per pound times pounds per day per one bird, about a nickel a day per bird. Or And I'll do a little cleanup on this real quick. Move this over. Put this value there. Yeah. So a nickel per day per bird, or price per pound times that week value, 35 cents a week per bird. Again, some formatting. And then again, I'll just show, I'll change this to 40 pounds and the values change. Now that lasts for only 12 days, so those other values go up. It lasts for 7 days, it's a lot more expensive. It lasts for 10 days, it costs less. 23 birds, well, make it 35 birds, So all these values adapt to what your input is. So the last one I'm doing here, that rate times, and again, I'm just going to make this equal to that many, or to that cell, so that way you only have one value for your amount of birds. That rate times 35 birds is equal to cost per day times one bird times your total. Same for the week, that value times total birds. So per week, do some quick formatting. I'm just going to select all three of those real quick. And then I go back, I just like to take these cells and middle justify these values. I just like the way it looks a little cleaner. Middle justify those cells. So, there it is. You have your calculator. You can change these values, and everything adapts to your farm. So, whether you have 65 birds, or your 50-pound bag lasts for 8 days, or where you're at, it's $17.85 for a bag of feed. These values are true for your farm. So I hope you enjoy.